Hi, this is John Solari. We're back with part two. The method actor speaks with this incredibly beautiful, talented director, Vera. Say your last name, so.
Tomilova.
Tomilova. Is that right?
Tomilova. Yeah. You can spell it. It's.
Oh, we can spell it. Yeah, we could do that too. It's Tomilova.
Yeah.
Lova.
Tomilova. Yeah.
Tomilova. It's a beautiful name. When I first saw it, I thought it was Italian. It almost sounds Italian.
Oh no, it's Russian.
Russian, I know, but.
Fully Russian, yeah.
Now we were talking in part one about your other film. I mean, we were talking about Fallen Angels. Now we want to talk about your second film. But an interesting thing you were talking to me about was that we were talking about how in Russia the training is not there like it used to be, and that's really. Now this says War's Voices.
War's Voices, yeah, correct.
And this is really the time. Now this is your new project, or?
This project is complete.
Complete.
Also, yeah. And I sent it to festivals as well. This is a short documentary about Second World War. Yeah, because this year is 75 years since Second World War started.
Right.
That's why I create this short documentary about Second World War.
I like the title, War's Voices.
Yeah, this documentary based on true letters from their first line of the battle to their relatives.
Oh, well, from the front, right?
And back, yeah.
Wow.
Script based totally on the true letters. We were sitting like for several months in archives trying to get these letters, and finally we create this project.
And so, how many letters did you get?
I got tons of letters, but here I used just 13 letters.
So, and the actors are just reading the letters, or do you reenact?
We have like real act here, and we have documentary video here. So, I mean, true video. This is a documentary.
Right.
Short. So.
Oh, yeah, I see some of the.
Yeah.
But that must have been. What did that make you? Well, first of all, why did you want to do that?
Because I prefer to do stories that can touch people's hearts, and my grandfather, he went through all the Second World War from its start unto Berlin, and. That's why I think all people in Russia involved in the Second World War, their relatives, so somehow that's why, I don't know, I like strong stories because...
Can you tell us about one of the letters, what it was about?
Sure, as a woman, sure, I put as a main line of the movie the letters from like two people. They met each other before the war starts, and they just met each other, and the other day the World War starts, and the guy, he went to the battle, and they are sending letters to each other, and finally he returned back. But also there are several people which didn't return back, and you can see like old women that spend the whole life waiting for their
living
husbands.
the dream, the fantasy.
Yeah, because it was the time when you could not, because people sometimes they returned after 10 years or after several years after the World War ended, because they were in somewhere as slaves, that's concentration.
Siberia?
No, the Siberia, I mean German.
Oh, the German prisons of war.
Yeah, and that's why you never know if your husband's still alive or not. That's why a lot of women keep waiting for them. for a lot of years until death.
I guess they didn't have the communication like maybe America had, and it wasn't. Yeah, it had to be really.
And unfortunately, wars, this subject takes part in our lives all the time, and I wanted a world without war. That's why,
Good
because
luck.
people sacrificed their lives for like better future, for the future without wars. That's why I create this movie, because I don't want any kind of war exists when people start killing each other without no special reason, you know. I mean, it's all the political games.
It's right. I was going to say the people don't have a reason, but the politicians do.
Yeah, but
and they don't fight the war.
yeah. That's the whole point.
Everybody fights for them.
Yeah,
dies for them,
that's the whole point.
so they can get what they want. That's the bottom line.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, really. It's amazing. I'm a big fan. I think women should run this country and the world. And I'm a big fan of women directors. I really like women directors. I think they bring out a different side to a male actor. I think they bring out a lot of the feminine side. I worked with a few, and I always enjoyed more than big directors outside of maybe I'm not going to name people, but the female directors I had were the best.
I hate women directors.
Really?
No, because women always in troubles, always too much emotional, always too much passion,
Well, that's
always too much crazy.
But that you have that?
Yeah, sure. But it's good for like collaborate with actors,
Yes.
but for the other crew members, it's awful.
Oh, you-
to have a woman director, because it's too much passion all the time. I don't know about everybody, but I know this about me.
Well, that's it's interesting you say that, because now what do you think the crew of a female director, whether they think she's a bitch or like when it's a man he's great. When it's a woman, they think she's that time of the month or something. Do you find that?
I don't. I couldn't tell that all my crew members think that I'm a bitch or something, but I know just one thing, that it's hard to work with, because if you have all the time you have troubles on set. I mean, not troubles, but something happened, some accidents, something happened all the time. And for women, for me, I'm not talking about every woman, but for me, it's all the time like, oh my God, stop, we should do this, we should do that. So it's the first emotion goes the first, and that's why it's maybe hard for other crew members, because for a man it would be, okay, this happened, we should do this and we should do that. And
So the crew thinks you're not in control, and when you act like that, right?
Yeah, but I'm not act. I'm just feel like that.
I know,
all
that's
the
what I
time.
mean. But
Yeah, I
when
think that's a little bit hard, because sometimes it's just Vera, calm down. It's okay. Everything is okay. Like.
And so, how do you get past that? How do you work? Do you work on that, or are you aware when you're doing that you shouldn't be
first
doing that?
First of all, I'm thinking about people. I'm thinking about people which which are helping me, because I think it's very important to create, to make everything, to make people feel comfortable with you. But sometimes I just couldn't control my emotions, but all the time, I don't know, if I feel that I made a fault or something wrong, all the time I will say I'm sorry all the time, and Just, okay, I'm sorry, I was too emotional. Okay, keep working. Thank you. Thank you for being with me or something, because I appreciate all the time.
I don't think you should be sorry. I think it's a gift that you're that way, and I think people who understand what's going on would appreciate that. That here's a director who really cares, and they're there to help too. They know you can't know everything. That's why you have a DP. That's why you have grips. They do their job, and they're there to help you.
And here in the United States, it's much more easy to be a female director, because when you met people here, they are not watching on you as a, you're a female director. You're a female director, cool. What movies have you done? Oh, this is great. They are watching on you as a professional, first of all, not like as a woman director. Because in Russia they used to watch like that,
really?
Like, woman director.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's still like that in Russia, that being a female director, that they look, I guess what you're saying is they don't take you seriously in Russia.
First of all, they will watch you as a woman, and just after that as a director, because you should prove that you're a director. When you find like a male DP, a male producer, you should show them that you can do something before they start watching you as a professional, not as a woman.
On your crew, do you have a lot of females or mostly males?
No, mostly males, because I'm over emotional. I couldn't be like with the same person, over emotional person. But it's not a big deal for me, male or female. I'm just watching on the skills and how this person, what this person can make, and if this person really want to make the movie, or it's just something like to be on set. People used to like just to be on set and like smoking, talking with each other.
You have to meet my cousin Camille Solari. She's a director.
Oh, great.
Really, and a very good one. And she's also an actress, writer. She's having her first child actually this month. But her name is Camille Solari. I'll Facebook you her. You guys should meet. I think you would hit it off. You remind me of her a lot. I mean, when Camille sees this, and people who know Camille will know that. You remind me of her. You're beautiful like her. She's a beautiful girl too. But only, her eyes are, what color are your eyes like? Greenish?
I don't know. Give me a mirror.
Hers are blue, but she has black hair like you and this and that. And she's a stand-up comedian too. And she's very good. She does the Comedy Store. But I was just curious. I thought maybe someone like you would want more women on the set as a crew. But you just think who you think is the best, or you rather not have.
First of all, it should be a good collaboration. That's why, because you should trust people with whom you are working. That's why, for me, I don't know, maybe it's because of Russian mentality. First of all, you should trust and you
What
should...
is Russian mentality?
Russian mentality, it's when you invite just your friends on set. No, it's...
No, I believe you.
I mean...
It's safe that way, isn't it? When you... I mean, I'm Italian, and if I could invite all Italians, I would.
But, safe... I think you would be more safe if you would have professionals on set, but not just friends.
I know what you're saying, though, but when you say, the mentality, I feel that way about Italians. So it's only natural that you want more Russians around you. That makes sense. But you're right. To make a good film...
No, I'm talking about friends. I'm not talking about Russians, because I have American friends, I have Italian friends, I have Indian friends.
No, I'm talking about on the set.
On set, not about Russians, but about, now I have a lot of friends from other countries, it's friends, but it doesn't mean that they're Russians. I mean,
Okay. Now, do you have like a website and things like that?
I'm on IMDb. You can check this out.
Okay, well, yeah, you are. Okay, but now your circle of friends, where do you have a group or workshop or anything like that that you do to keep in touch?
Yeah, sure, because I'm in film industry for almost like about 7 years. Sure, I know a lot
Really?
of people here, and a lot of people, from Russia, now they are going to United States and back to Russia, and they are everywhere because thanks God we can travel around the world now, and
That must be nice.
yeah.
And outside of being a director, what do you like to do? What are your goals and what do you like to do?
I was a dancer for 14 years, a professional ballroom dancer, but I stopped when I started making films more seriously because I had no time. And I like horseback riding, if you're talking about that. But I don't know. But now I live with movies, but I am the shooting from balls, intuitive shooter, but horseback riding. This is and I have a dog.
Oh, good.
I rescued him from a shelter, so yeah.
That's what most people should do: is rescue. Don't buy anymore.
Yeah.
There's a lot of these puppy mills and this and that. They have a lot of. It's a big scam. They treat the dogs terrible, but rescue.
Yeah, and last year my dog took a big part of my time because I rescued him when he was 2 months, because people found him under the fence when he was 3 days old, and they feed him from the bottle, and I rescued him, and when 2 months puppy, it's like a child, so now he's a year almost, a little bit more, so.
Well, that's good. Beside him, do you have any projects that you're getting ready to do?
Yeah, I'm working on a project about white Russian immigrants. These people who arrived here in US, mostly in San Francisco, after the Russian Revolution, when Soviet Union came to Russia, and their grandchildren. This is like another kind of people, so, I mean.
Wow, that should be interesting. I've talked to a few people and about Russia. Like today, it's new Russia, but a lot of them, they like the old way when it was under communists.
Oh no, these people arrived here because they were trying to avoid communists, because they.
The people here, but I mean over there, a lot of people say it was better conditions when it was under communism than it is today.
Where did you meet these people?
Well, here I have talked to them.
Here? Why they're here then?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. But I'm just saying a few of them said that, it was more structured, and now it's like a free-for-all. They said, everybody's out there. And,
I don't know, I couldn't tell you how it was during the communism, because I was born in 1987, 4 years before perestroika, before communism almost crashed. That's why I couldn't tell you what life was about. So.
And when did you come to America?
A little bit more than 2 years ago, something.
Wow, 2 years, and you really speak good English for 2 years. Now, do you learn a little bit over there? No, you do.
I learned English at school in Russia, but 2 years ago when I just arrived, I spoke really very bad, extremely bad. I couldn't understand anything, because it's a big difference when you learn something at school and when you arrive in the country and people talk around and you just couldn't understand even like, how are you? You couldn't understand that because the pronunciation is much more different.
Now, someday I want to, as a director, what type of movies do you really want to make?
I like when people cry. No,
Drama, you want?
I prefer movies. It couldn't be not exactly drama. It should be something that people, when people go out from the theater, they should start thinking about something. Maybe they will be like enjoying the movie and laughing during the movie, but they should think about something. The movie should touch
The
their
movie
hearts,
should say something.
should say something, and should change maybe a little bit. And the, like, you know, when people cry and they start feeling in a different way. They stopped thinking just about their small world around them. They start thinking about something very important in the world, something except themselves. I think that this is the most important thing when people start thinking about not just themselves, but about people around, about problems around, about something more than just selfish problems. And this is what and movies that I really you know, I should be involved in the topic of the movie with whole my heart and whole my soul. I think that these movies, I can make just the movies like that because I couldn't make anything that I don't really like. This is my problem.
It's not a problem, it's
No, this is my problem because when somebody offer me a job and this guy can tell, oh, you know, this job is about this and this, and I just I don't really like that, and I could not make this job. I every time I just reject because I couldn't make anything that I really don't like. This is a problem because you couldn't just earn money all the time. You're just creating something to save the world. I don't think that this is good for me, like a person.
It is good for you if you can get away with it, because you know, if you start making movies for money, then you just become like everybody else. But if you hold your passion, then you'll make movies that people care about, that you care about, and the message will be there. And that's what you need. It's like when I say actors today, they don't want to study, they want to be movie stars. They don't want to be actors. You don't want to be famous, you want to be a director.
But you know, this is dangerous that you might not have money for it if you are so passionate.
Well, yes, I mean, that's the like, tell me, I know about that. And we all, as actors, know we go through that period where we don't know where our next meal is.
Yeah, and this is, it can be a time, I'm very happy that now I don't have this time, but when you need to choose between.
You know you're in trouble when the 99-cent store is expensive.
Yeah.
Then you know you're in trouble.
Yeah, okay, I'm not in trouble, yeah.
I mean, I have understood that one. And listen, Vera, just before we close, I just want to mention these movies again. Fallen Angel, which I love the title, and you have Nadine Bass and a few other good actors, and War Voices. Now, both of these films, I think you could look them up, and they'll be on Facebook and everything, and on YouTube, and you'll be able to see this. You're lovely. I mean, it's amazing. I guess a lot of people want to put you in front of the camera too, with your face. They're always trying to get you in there. You was photographed really fantastic.
Thank you.
No, you did. I was looking at you and I was thinking. So listen, folks, if you want to come on the show, get in touch with me. 818-453-0069. And I really appreciate you coming on today.
Thank you for inviting me.
Anybody out there you want to say hello to, or do you have an email or anything people can get in touch with you?
I'm on IMDb, I'm on Facebook as Vera Tomilova. You can find me everywhere. Thank you for inviting me here.
Oh, no, thank you. All right. And thank you. The Method Actor Speaks. This is part 2.